Hi everyone, my name is Brandy Kirkwood and I am a juror on behalf of court case number 1, which is where the hospital implements new minimum necessary policies for telephone messages. As a juror, I believe that plaintiff Jacob Jones's rights were in fact violated in the case against St. Ashford Hospital. Directly Beverly, who was the nurse, nursing assistant, whomever, who left the message that violated Jacob Jones's health rights. In the plaintiff defense, Jacob states that his patient bill of rights were violated, his personal health information was violated. He believed that the confidential communication form that he filled out when he first started visiting St. Ashford Hospital was not properly followed the way that it should have been, and that because of all of these factors, his HIPAA was in fact violated as well. The plaintiff asked to only be contacted at his work phone on his confidential communications form that he had filled out. He did leave other contact numbers, but he asked that only a message be left at his work phone number. When Beverly tried to contact Jacob in regards to his health information that they needed to discuss with him, she did in fact try to call him at work, and then when he did not answer, she decided to not leave a message there. She didn't leave a message with his assistant or anything. She decided to call him at home, and when there was no answer there as well, she then decided that it was okay to leave a message on his home phone with all of his health information. That was a direct violation of his personal health information. It was not carefully handled the way that it should have been handled, as his rights, stating that he only wanted to be contacted at work with a message only left at work, those rights were violated. Had Beverly called his work and left a message at his work with either his assistant saying, "Hey, this is St. Ashford Hospital trying to get a hold of Jacob Jones, if you don't mind giving him the message, having him give us a call," or had she left it on his personal voicemail at work, but instead she called him at home. She left a message at home with all of his personal health information. Had she just left a message saying, "Hey, this is Beverly calling from St. Ashford Hospital. We're calling in regards to some personal information. If you don't mind giving us a call back at your earliest convenience," then this case probably would not even be here. It was the fact that all of his information was put out there for anyone in the home to obtain, especially his daughter. That is not to say that his daughter did not understand or know about Jacob's health issues that he was dealing with or that he was going to the hospital for, but maybe this was something that he wanted to discuss with her. He didn't want her to find out without him. Nonetheless, Jacob's rights as a patient and as a human being were violated. HIPAA is something that all patients are covered under. It is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. As patients, we are what are considered covered entities. These basically limit the information given to the patient to protect, or given about the patient. This is to protect their personal health information from getting out there to anybody that they may not want to obtain it, or they have not given authorization to obtain. Unless the patient has authorized for certain individuals to obtain their health information, then their health information is for only the provider and only the nurses, the physicians, only certain personnel, and the patient themselves. So in this case, Jacob wanted this to be discussed with him and discussed with him only. Instead, this message was left on his home phone for everyone to hear, for everyone to find out, for it to possibly end up in the wrong hands that Jacob may not have wanted it to end up in without his go-ahead. Not only was his HIPAA violated, but his patient's Bill of Rights was also violated. This Bill of Rights began to take place in about the 1970s, has been revised over the years. Basically, the Patient Bill of Rights lays out a series of rights and standards that all of the patients are entitled to when they receive their medical care. This includes their privacy. So for Jacob's privacy to be violated in the sense that his communication form was not followed in the proper way that it should have been, this therefore violates his Patient Bill of Rights, putting out his personal health information and not following protocol the way protocol should have been covered. I believe Beverly is in the full wrong for this, as she did not follow the protocol, she did not follow the communication form, she did not obey what the patient deliberately wanted to be done. And in the case of taking care of patients, in the case of taking care of just people, customers, patients in general, you have to do what is best for the patient, what the patient is asking of you, in a way that is going to keep them safe, keep their information safe, and ultimately do what's right for the hospital as well. You don't want to violate the patient and then violate, the hospital's rights as well, causing a lawsuit. Because if there's nothing but lawsuits with the hospital will fall under, because nobody will then want to go there because they see that there are so many lawsuits because the hospital can't follow protocol. This was strictly Beverly's wrong, and St. Ashford Hospital, they're wrong as well, as they are defending Beverly. So I think in a case like this, it is important to understand that Patient Bill of Rights need to be taken seriously. This is something that is designed to keep the patient safe, keep their information safe. Our personal health information for any patient, especially in this case Jacob Jones, his personal health information was violated. It should never have been violated. It should have been only kept to those who it was allowed to be with, and it should not have been put out there for anyone in the home to have obtained. The bottom line being that his communication form was not followed. Jacob wanted to be reached at work. He was not reached at work, and it was a direct violation of his privacy. And I think that something needs to be done about it. I think that Beverly is in the wrong, and Jacob Jones is not overreacting at all. This is a serious case, something serious that needs to be discussed, something serious that needs to be dealt with. Thank you.